Imagine a field of grass that glistens under the stadium lights, a circle of crimson and royal blue woven into its center, and then, suddenly, a cluster of agile tails, mottled with auburn and ash, darting across the pitch with the reckless abandon of seasoned players. It is a scene one ordinarily associates with soccer legends kneeling beside their siblings on a quiet hillside. But here the protagonists are little arboreal athletes whose white space and whiskers blur the distinction between sport and spectacle. The utter playfulness of such imagery, loading the very notion of squirrels playing football into the collective imagination, weaves itself into the fabric of internet meme culture, and, more subtly, into the way we interpret bodies moving in the wild. The question that arises, what historical icon anchors this phenomenon, immediately invites a paradoxical answer. None. No single marketer, viral videos, or wildlife documentary champion has been celebrated as the pioneer of this niche. The absence of a named figure echoes the fleeting nature of the content, enduring not through formal historical canon but rather through brief, informal bursts of viral contagion on TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube. To understand this, one must first explore the origins in a handful of early viral clips that first captured the world's imagination. A backyard squirrel, startled into an impromptu ballet by a soccer ball that rolled beneath its breadcrumbs, began a chain of unintentional comedy that would spread across screens inhabited by millions. Once the first clip circulated, the internet's collective imagination transformed the simple act of a squirrel pushing a ball into a lengthy narrative. Humans, habitually anthropomorphizing living beings, projected their own sporting passions onto these furry silhouettes. Anthropocentric storytelling has historically broadened its canvas to widen its viewers' capacity to empathize with the natural world. The motion of a squirrel, sudden leaps, quick sidesteps, thriftish nostrils, mirrors the kicking, passing, and sprinting of soccer players in ways that are as unexpected as the notion itself. This sparked a new form of observational cinema, a quasi-scientific lens that turns the viewer into a keeper of the lawn, reflecting on how nature itself mimics choreography developed by human hands. Internet meme culture plays an equally vital role, providing both the platform and the language that halt the isolation of a few clips and thrust them into a collective context. Meme culture thrives on brevity, paradox, and humor, united by a communal ability to remix. The squirrels playing football trend, unlike many other viral fads, does not rely on a single high-production post but rather a chain of self-replicating, user-generated videos that vary in length, style, and geography. Every new message refashioned the simple paradigm into a mosaic that sat on dog-eating websites and packed the feeds of sports fans. The content's endurance also owes itself to the intrinsic universality of football itself. A field, a ball, a desire to score. An activity that transcends language, nationality, gender, and species. The world of animal behavior observation furnishes an additional layer of interest. While the footage that catalyzed the trend was accidental, it showcased genuine behavioral instincts. The squirrel's instinctive foraging, its habit of pushing objects with paws or head, and the nervous energy it immediately spilled into a playful dash. Several zoologists, captivated by these intersections of natural behavior and anthropogenic culture, began to interpret the clips as a case study in how human perception of animal motion can become a city's shared laughter. Yet even as scientific commentary emerged, the primacy of the meme persisted, underscoring how emotional resonance can eclipse caution. Humor, always a vector for social cohesion, reaches its apex when juxtaposed with the revered sport of football. Humor in this context derives from a blend of novelty, surprise, and subtle violence. Nature's dangerous darts traveling over a small green arena. The familiar roar of a stadium reverberates through the squeak of a squirrel's freeze-frame sprint, creating a comic beat that echoes in the minds of those familiar with sporting rituals. It is precisely that rhythmic spontaneity that invites repeat engagement, a relentless compulsion to watch again, and the ensuing meta-commentary on the absurdity of ascribing elaborate narratives to a collection of rolling tales. Sports parody is not a new genre. From sitcom episodes that riff on NFL idiosyncrasies to stand-up comedians coursing caricature into laughter, the sport has sponsored repeated reinterpretations. The squirrels playing football meme can be seen as a grassroots extension of that tradition. In a slightly subversive way, It reduces the gravitas of modern sport to a spectacle of woodland creatures playing a game with mankind's